Good morning, Honorable Minister of Energy of Sri Lanka, Mr. Kumara Jakodi, His Excellency Director General of ISA, Mr. Ashish Khanna, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be back here in Colombo just about 13 months after I last visited, and I can't wait to come back again. But thank you again to the International Solar Alliance for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to address this distinguished gathering. As was just introduced, I am the CEO of the Council on Energy, Environment and Water, which is an independent research institution headquartered in New Delhi, working across India and supporting many other countries as well. And this year I'm also serving as the special envoy representing South Asia for the COP30 climate negotiations scheduled in Belém in Brazil. As it happens, I have also until recently served as the Vice Chair of the UN Committee for Development Policy, which also oversees a lot of the concerns that the CITES countries have. What we've already heard so far clearly outlines both the challenges, but also the opportunities. And I think the way I think about the bridging the two is to expand our horizons when we think about the word resilience. As the small island developing states are buffeted by a worsening climate crisis, we think about resilience in response to disasters. But we also need to think about resilience about the infrastructure, the hard and the soft infrastructure that you'll put in place to drive the sustainable development of your countries. So resilience then is a combination of disaster preparedness, of building energy systems, of ensuring that the supply chains deliver on time, and to leverage the digital infrastructure that can help countries leapfrog. So for me, the solutions for CIDS cannot be an afterthought, cannot be the marginal play to something else we are designing. In fact, CIDS need sui generis solutions that enable a leapfrog. And it is in that vein that I want to congratulate the International Solar Alliance for driving the CIDS platform, and I hope that it only goes strength to strength. The roadmap that has been outlined for the regional consultations, the announcements at the COP meetings are extremely encouraging. I believe that the islands, nations can also be innovation labs for this energy transition. From Tokelau's 100% solar-powered grid to the Solar Energy Corporation of India's hybrid solar storage systems in our islands of Lakshadweep, they've demonstrated the viability of bridging clean energy transitions powered by digital tools. With the right institutional support and digital infrastructure, islands can demonstrate models that are viable, that are clean, that are resilient. In 2024-25 alone, the Solar Energy Corporation of India commissioned solar photovoltaic projects and battery energy storage systems across multiple islands in the Lakshadweep Islands. But I want to bring to the table what the importance of multiple different institutions working in sync. In India, for instance, the Solar Energy Corporation of India has developed these hybrid models of solar and storage. But the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency also specializes in unlocking capital flows. And we also have something called the Energy Efficiency Services Limited, which helps to aggregate demand models and ensure that there's digital procurement that has been done for light bulbs and appliances and can be done to enable the CIDS e-marketplace. Now, where digital infrastructure comes in is as a critical enabler, not just for transparency and kicking off the market, but also ensuring operational resilience. Smart procurement portals and digital tendering can simplify and speed up how we select vendors for island utilities, including in the way that the World Bank representative was talking about scale and scope. IoT-based asset management, real-time energy monitoring, and AI-based forecasting can also improve reliability and reduce operations and maintenance costs. My organization, CEEW, has been working on looking at how the digital public infrastructure can be leveraged for energy transitions, not just with the hardware, but also the software of open protocols, data governance, and capacity building in digital adoption. Now, to make all of this happen, we need an adaptive and inclusive institutional design. CEEWs operate in highly diverse regulatory, geographic, and market contexts, and their governance models, therefore, must be regionally anchored. They have to be collaboratively governed, the joint ownership of the CEEWs representatives, the ISA, and of course the regional institutions, to build legitimacy and trust in the process. And of course, they have to be technically enabled. These solutions also need to be people-centered. While we get enamored by the digital opportunities, we can't forget for whom we are working. I'll just give two examples. A program we've been running in India called Powering Livelihoods has helped to demonstrate that bringing digital and decentralized energy solutions can massively open up opportunities for productive users of energy systems in rural areas, creating tens of thousands of entrepreneurs or micro entrepreneurs, many of which, or rather more than half of which, are women. In another program where we've been supporting the state of Uttar Pradesh in northern India, rural women have become the collection agents for electricity bills, but it is all digitally enabled, by which for every bill that they're collecting, their own bank accounts get a portion of the collections, making them part of the energy transition, bringing the energy transition closer to the poor. So, as I conclude, I would simply suggest a few recommendations. One, building on the CEEWs platform, ISA Digital Islands Initiative can combine pilot projects deploying solar, battery energy storage systems, energy management systems in some key priority islands. Second, we can build local digital and energy capacity through the regional training centers that we've heard about, and building the capacity building partnerships between utilities in CEEWs countries and those in India and elsewhere. Third, supporting innovation and financing mechanisms, and again, here we've heard from the ADB and World Bank representatives, we need to develop the blended finance tools that work at the scale of the CEEWs. And finally, a virtual island-to-island peer learning network, which serves as an open access repository of use cases, impact assessments, and toolkits. As I close, I simply want to say that as the CEO of CEEW, we would be very happy to support in designing policies and markets, in undertaking trainings, in designing and opening up opportunities for using distributed energy for livelihood activities. As the special envoy for COP30, I would say that the focus has to be not just on ambition, but implementation, implementation, implementation. I believe that the future will be decentralized, will be digitalized, and will be decarbonized. But the only way to predict the future is to shape it. Thank you very much for your attention.